My name is Kelli Stoaks. My husband was Brian Stoaks. From the time he was in kindergarten, all he ever wanted to do was be a firefighter. Eventually, after several tries, because it is such a hard job to get, everybody wants to be a firefighter, he was hired and worked on the Des Moines Fire Department for 27 years. He wasn't feeling well and went and saw his regular doctor. He was just having abdominal pains and noticing some things that just weren't quite right. They did a biopsy the following week, and I could just tell by looking at him that something wasn't right. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he told me. And he told me that it wasn't good. Pancreatic cancer that's not good. No cancer is good, but that's really not good. And I'll never forget my response to him was, "We were supposed to grow old together." So he didn't look up anything at that time. But when our friend came over and we told our friends, they brought up the cancers that were presumed to be caused from being a firefighter. And me being a teacher, I instantly grabbed my phone and found out what those cancers were. And I realized very quickly that that was not a presumed cancer from being a firefighter. And he would say, "I'm not sure if it is one or not." He didn't look it up, and I think maybe in the back of his mind he knew that it wasn't, but I think he was trying to hold out a little bit of hope. So then we learned that he found out for himself too that, yeah, it was not covered, so unfortunately. He was transported to hospice, and 48 hours later he passed away. I think the hardest thing for our family was we didn't see this coming. We weren't prepared. We thought we had a lot more time. And once he went to the hospital that day, he never talked again. So it was really hard that we could say our goodbyes, but he didn't get to say his. You know, here's the thing. A firefighter, not only can they not pick and choose what they do, but they never think about what they're doing. It's kind of like what everybody says. When there's a fire and everybody else is running out, the fire department is rushing in. And they're rushing in to save lives, and they're not there to help everybody. And they never think, "Oh my gosh, you know what? I need to quit my job, or I can't do this job because I might get cancer." They're there to save everyone, and it's important that we're taking care of them as well. We have to make sure that it wasn't fair. It needs to be coverage for every cancer. And there needs to be better, until we get testing even. By the time he knew he had pancreatic cancer, it was too late. I never thought that he would get cancer from being a firefighter. I didn't know. He didn't know. I mean, that just wasn't something we ever even talked about, or I don't think that there was a lot of education or information about. And now, I mean, I just know so many firefighters that are affected by cancer, and some are covered and some are not. And, you know, it's really hard to think, "Oh, well, you have cancer, and I'm really sorry that you have cancer, but at least yours is covered." I mean, I don't want to look at anybody and think that. I wouldn't do that, but it's not fair. It's not fair that anybody gets cancer to begin with, but it's certainly not fair that we're going to pick and choose what cancers are covered. My husband would do anything to save you if you were in medical need, if your house was on fire, for your family. He would do anything. But now it's up to you to be there and save the firefighters and the paramedics and all those people who would save your life. You need to be there for them.